risks were taken when I chose the Air India flight to come here. But thankfully now with the full house that we have right here, thank you all for coming out today in this glorious Monday in Hyderabad. Thank you all for joining. Good applause to you. And what a good topic we have today. How insecure defaults led to an undetected supply chain incident. It's a long topic. I have only 15 minutes. So we'll quickly do a very nice demo presentation and then take you through how this undetected supply chain incident happened, what went around with it, and what can I do now to fix things. Hi, I am Vipul. I am a senior software engineer at Balena. I also lead developer education efforts there. I am a GitHub star and the Git Together community lead. I also run my own company to write technical documentation for startups. And if you not know what Balena is, we make Balena Etcher. And anyone knows Balena Etcher here? I see Linux people, yes. My community. And really nice to see, we built this open source tool used by millions of developers to flash Linux ISOs to absolutely everything. And wondering what will happen to it at the end of this presentation. Let's go back to 2022. Let's start developing some software. No LLMs. Some LLMs, low code. And we have this very nice, very unsuspecting repository called Default Attack. By this great username I actually captured called Bad Actors on username. And check this repository out, folks. Just a workflow, a Docker file, and a README. Let's look into the files as well. Simple enough Docker file. We have an official Debian Docker image. Worked there. We are copying over the files. Looks all good? Thumbs? Good, good, good. Let's look at the GitHub action as well. We are checking out the code. We are logging in. All official actions. Nothing shady going on here. We are in a security conference. Then we are building and pushing this image out there. All good? Looks good? All engineers here approve. We are approving this workflow. We are running this. Let's see what happens. It goes well. Wow. First time, first try. It works out for us. And the workflow runs. We publish the Docker image into the Docker Hub registry. All looks good, right? This is 2022. It's 2024. We have been deploying images left and right. We have packages left and right. Balena is a huge company deploying private and open source packages all over the world. And not all over the registries in that regard. And my CISO calls one day and he says, Vipul, did we just leak our secrets? I don't know. I'm just spellbound. I'm like this meme right here. Where did we leak our secrets? How did we leak our secrets? And this is where the insecure CI/CD defaults come into play. We leaked our secrets from the repository I just showed you. Imagine. Let's go through this. We want to find out how we leak the secrets, where we leak the secrets. So open source Balena at scale, 4,000 plus Docker images that we publish for every IoT device type that we own for Balena OS. We have 800 plus NPM packages for a lot of embedded Linux developers, lots of stuff, and of course, Balena Etcher. With a great team and days of debugging, we figure out that Docker image that we just published, the secret is found there, and we use a great tool to detect the secret from the artifact, which is called Trufflehog. Trufflehog finds a GitHub pad token in my published image, a live GitHub pad token. Wow. Did the workflow that we ran had anything shady? You all approved it. What happened? So we at least know where we leaked it. Let's think about how we leaked it. And all of your guesses are incorrect. It's the insecure CI/CD defaults. This is the money shot of my slides. Basically, the checkout action leaked them. Checkout action persists credentials in the .git/config file. Shocking. Doubled. We were shocked back in 2024 when we found out. The checkout action basically has a setting or an option in the YAML to persist credentials. And the issue to close this off is open since 2021. I can see the silence. I don't even need to hear it. We were silent when we found out. GitHub Actions basically persist credentials by default in the .git/config file. Pad tokens out there in the world. Valid pad tokens having enterprise level access, read and write level access to all orgs. Shocking as it may be, terrifying, but as an open source organization, as an open source good citizen that we are, there are consequences to be had. And while we can only go forward from here, this is a great issue that I would recommend you folks to read, make your own prognosis out of it, but we still have to live with the pain. We still have to live with what has happened. There is an active PAD token out there, our secrets have leaked. First task, as we all have in our CISO's guidebook, rotate everything. We started rotating every secret, every environment, everything that we knew wasn't used even. We shut down Jenkins instances from the past and decided to completely migrate it to the latest ones. We changed PyPy registry tokens, NPM, and then even our Baleno OS secure boot server credentials. I was just talking to Ryan there on an Intel hack, and this feels very similar. But the major part is when you do rotate signing keys for applications, while NPM and packages do live happily long after, macOS straight up deletes Balena Etcher and enables it as a malware for everyone to find. And that's the reputational damage that can have when you have insecure CI/CD defaults in your pipeline. Something that can go as undetected as this, something as, even if you can be as stringent as possible, you're going with official actions with the latest versions, but no one checks the artifacts, right? And this was really shocking for us. It was a wake-up call for us to look into. That's why we published this talk as well, to give you this wake-up call, as I had at 1 a.m. today to catch my Air India flight. But along with this situation, how OS distributions deal with it the right way, we have to also deal with the consequence. So my favorite slide in every talk I do is, Vipul, what can I do now? How can we go forward, right? First and foremost, definitely rotate your secrets. If you are using the checkout action, and if you do use Truffle.org to find an active one outside, there could be a bad actor already in your organization using those secrets, right? And this is something that is quite terrifying. So put them to auto-expire quarterly, rotate your secrets. Scan everything that leaves your artifact registry. Everything that becomes an artifact, NPM package, a PyPy, an application that you built, scan everything for secrets, for hidden things inside. And try to see if you can, find out, debug the secrets as well as modify what is inside. And again, check your CI/CD defaults. That's it. Stay alert, or the CI/CD or the insecure defaults will come and get you. Thank you. And I have just a follow-up for this thing. Like in this regard, I understand it was a 15-minute talk. I don't know why my timer says 12 minutes left. I was panicking. But we put in a lot of things in the slides. No need to take photos. I already thought it will be one screen. So I actually made a huge QR code. People can scan this. It's a small feedback form, which is completely optional, but you'll get the slides in the end. Feedback optional, but definitely get the slides. We have put in a lot of work into mitigation strategy, containment, figuring out what we can do more, and all the links as well, that it would be helpful for building a more secure CI/CD pipeline for you all. And there's a full workup on how the leak was located. You can look into that, mitigation as well. But yeah, any questions? Yeah, there you go, one person here.
So we do scan our images right after. It's a general practice to scan our images after publishing them. And .git is a known folder, right, in all systems. So how did those scanning systems miss such a common file where credentials can be located? Exactly, right. And this is something that we tried and tested through multiple scanning tools. So Truffle.org definitely detects it in the thing. And there's multiple GitHub Action scanning tools as well, like Octolens, right? Where you can actually go through artifacts when they're built or when they're being built and see if the secrets are there or not. There is a small thing where this is why we leaked our secrets, and it's a combinatorial explosion of bad things happening one after another to leak the secrets. And just to show you folks again, is when we decided, all of us again, I'm blaming you all. On line 5, when we copied everything to everything, we copied our .git folder as well. So in this situation, anytime you definitely start packaging your artifact and you have the .git folder inside, you'll be persisting some credentials. Again, if you have persist credentials false in your GitHub Actions, then you're not persisting anything. But there are multiple reasons why something
or I would say XYZ didn't catch something. And multiple reasons came together for us. And we take our blame as well. Yeah. Thank you for that great question. Oh, one person in the end.
And did any of the league secrets, did you find any evidence of them being used anywhere?
Oh, this is great. We get asked that terribly, too much. So the bad actor did get access to all the bad secrets. And as soon as we found out, it was an anonymous disclosure. Very nice from the person. We rotated all of them, and it took days to find them. It was a needle in a haystack situation, and a haystack that is technologically wide. Because at no point we realized CI/CD would be the issue, right? Like it could be our wrong code, our wrong deployment. As developers, we start to blame the things that were closest to us, not the official GitHub action. So in that regard, the leaking and the bad actor case would have been higher, but we would try to mitigate as much as possible. And then being that open source citizen, as we are in the ecosystem that we occupy, we definitely completely revoked everything that we have. We didn't even think twice about it. So mitigation and containment was the two biggest priorities. So yeah, that is something like a real world use case that a lot of people ask about. Thank you.
What people like more than a good talk is an early break.
Indeed.
So thank you for finishing 5 minutes early. I really appreciate you coming all the way, Vipul, and giving the talk. Vipul is obviously available all day, all week. So please feel free to connect with him during the break, afterwards, all of that. Okay? Just a quick token of appreciation for coming and giving the talk. So we'll now have our first break. Before I send you off for whatever fun snacks there are, here's something I like to do, like an aunt does in India. A little bit of matchmaking, okay? Don't get me wrong yet. So we have a bunch of different people here from a lot of different backgrounds. So I've spoken to people who are from startups, who are from like the enterprise side of things, who are kicking things off brand new, who are still students, who are, it's great to have all of you here. Welcome. And so try to mingle with, each other and discover what the other person is doing as much as you can. And the most favorite thing of all, who all here are looking to hire people soon? Maybe security, maybe not, maybe engineering. Nice. Who are all looking for a job or in the process of a transition?
Always.
Maybe you can all speak to each other.
Always looking for opportunities.
No, not cool, man. But anyhow, I think, it's best to make use of this opportunity. There's some people who are focused on open source, completely open source. Where's Rahul? There he is. So he does open source full time. So talk to him about building the open source community in India. Where's Dev? Dev does security communities. So you can speak to him about how he does community work. Where's the Red Hatters? Raise your hand. There you go. Where's the IBMers? There you go. Where's the people from the bank? Really interesting people in the back. There, another gentleman. So speak to them about what it means to be sending 17 SMSs when you don't need them, but none when you do. Anyhow, have a fun break. See you all back in about 20 minutes. We have a wonderful set of sessions after the break. So see you all soon. Bye.
Thank you.
Bye for now. Yeah.